Hello and welcome to my academy. Today we have come up with a new series of lectures on immunology. Okay, let us discuss the topic first of the whole series. That's an overview of immunology. Without wasting any time, let's get started. We are constantly surrounded by infectious and potentially pathogenic microbes, meaning microorganisms which cause diseases. They are in air, on our skin, in food, and pretty much everywhere. So, why don't we get sick all the time? Beyond this, have you ever wondered what causes allergies and what are vaccines? How do vaccines work? All of these questions and many more can be answered by understanding how the immune system works. The immune system is astonishingly complex set of tissues, cells, and specialized molecules which protects us from any foreign particles and microbes that may enter our bodies. The immune systems are of two major types. Number 1, innate immune system or natural immune system. Number 2, acquired immune system or adaptive immune system. Innate immune system. This type of the immune system is present in an organism by birth. Innate immunity provides the first line of defense against pathogens. It is not specific to any one pathogen, but rather acts against all foreign molecules and pathogens. Elements of innate immunity. Number 1, physical barriers. Physical barriers are the first line of defense against microorganisms. It includes skin and mucous membrane. Most organisms and the foreign substance cannot penetrate the intact skin, but can enter the body if the skin is damaged. Secondly, the acidic pH of sweat and the sebaceous secretions and the presence of various fatty acids and hydrolytic enzymes like lysozyme inhibit the growth of microorganisms. Similarly, respiratory and gastrointestinal tracts are lined by mucous membranes. Mucous membranes entrap foreign microorganisms. The respiratory tract is also covered by cilia, which are hair-like projections of the epithelial cell membranes. The synchronous movement of the cilia propels the mucus entrapped microorganisms out of these tracts. The tears contain lysozyme, lactoferrin, immunoglobulin A, and thus provides chemical as well as physical protection. Cellular barriers. In spite of physical and physiological barriers, certain pathogens manage to enter our body. The cells involved in this barrier are leukocytes, neutrophils, lymphocytes, basophils, eosinophils, and monocytes. All these cells are present in the blood and tissues. Cytokine barriers. The cells in our body are smarter than we give them credit for. For instance, in case a cell in our body experiences a virus invasion, it automatically secretes proteins called interferons, which forms a coating around the infected cell and prevents the cell around it from further infections. Acquired immunity. Acquired immunity or adaptive immunity is the immunity that our body acquires or gains over time. Unlike the innate immunity, this is not present by birth. The ability of the immune system to adapt itself to diseases and to generate pathogen specific immunity is termed as acquired immunity. It is known as adaptive immunity. Cells involved in acquired immunity. The acquired immunity involves two types of cells, the B cells and the T cells. B cells. B cells develop in the bone marrow. These cells are activated on their encounter with the foreign agents. These foreign particles act as foreign markers. The B cells immediately differentiate into plasma cells, which produce antibodies specific to that foreign particle, or so called antigen. These antibodies detect any antigen in the body and destroy it. The immunity dependent on B cells is called humoral immunity. T cells. T cells originate in the bone marrow and develop in the thymus. These cells are differentiated into helper cells, cytotoxic cells, and regulatory cells. These cells are released into the bloodstream. When these cells are triggered by an antigen, helper T cells release cytokines that act as messengers. These cytokines initiate the differentiation of B cells into plasma cells, which release antibodies against the antigens. The cytotoxic T cells kills the cancer cells, and regulatory T cells regulate immune reactions.